enjoy more. And
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like the goal is to just basically value that stretching training as much as you value everything else.
exactly.
You know? Because if you enjoy it too much, then you can get too lazy.
Sure.
You become a yogi.
Not to be
You
honest.
become a yogi, and then yeah, then you just get like a pot belly, and then and then you falsely represent FMK.
No, one thing about Michael J. White, I mean, I don't dislike him though. And he said one thing about the martial arts. He said that there's a lot of bellies out there. And
A lot of bellies out there. That's
they're too
kind of
comfortable
funny.
being a black belt, and so they don't want to do anything anymore. So I don't want to be like them. That's
Yeah.
what he was saying.
That's why I don't want to be a black belt, man.
I don't want to be a black belt.
I don't. That's why, like, I don't want to be any belt. But if anything, I create my own thing, and then just be like, hey, I gotta represent this properly. You know, I'm just getting like I gotta represent it according to my own standards.
Yeah. But there's one thing I don't agree with. He would say that MMA is overall a good thing, even though he said that I'm scared that somebody's gonna die in the ring. I don't quite agree with what he said, but I don't dislike him either. I think he's cool.
I think he would say something like that because it's a good business decision to say that.
Yeah.
Because MMA is what's in right now. If you go against what's in, then it's gonna hurt your pockets.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Century Martial Arts. It's like, hey, you know what? We don't promote MMA. Then they're gonna lose a lot of business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I talked to Dao Ming today, and she mentioned something like where some state out there, I don't know if it's Alabama or something, where they said like that some businesses explicitly state we don't serve gay people. And that's the first time I heard about something like that. But that's like she was talking about like how that like severely damages business. Like like if you want to make money, you don't like you know what I'm saying? You don't do some stuff. You don't do something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for me, it's like if I say I don't teach people, I don't teach people that want to do MMA. It's not really damaging my business because that's not what I'm looking for anyway. It's not like it's like me saying, oh, I don't teach ballet dancing. Well, I don't. That's not what I do. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if somebody comes to me, oh, I want to learn figure skating. Well, that's not what I do. You got to go somewhere else. So somebody says, oh, I want to do MMA. Well, that's not what I do. Do you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's just something that I don't do. But like for the Joe White guy, he's an actor. He makes money from people like watching his movies. So if he's talking trash about the MMA, he's gonna lose a lot of people watching his movies.
Oh yeah.
So it's in his benefit to support MMA because it helps him make money. You know what I'm saying? And just like I said before, like sometimes you think in a business mentality, you know what? Like if I speak against them, I'm gonna make less money. If I speak for them, I make more money. Now they make more money. What am I gonna do with this money? Right? So the more money that I make, the more that I could promote something different from MMA. So if MMA wants to give me money, then I could use that money to promote something different. But like I said, it's like you can look at it from a positive and negative from both standpoints. Because really, you could be somebody like Tupac, somebody like Bruce Lee that's like, you know what? I'm not just all about the money. I'm not going to be like having you guys talk shit about the Chinese people and then have me participate in that. No. I'm standing up against that shit. So it's not just all about the money. So there's certain things that, where you're going to draw the line, be like, you know what, I'm not doing this. Because the money's not important anymore. Just think about it, man. If you live a very simple life, and which you probably do, and say somebody just gave you $1 million, like you're pretty much well taken care of. You don't need any more money. So then you can pretty much do what you want to do. You don't need to like have other people control you, everything that you do. So when you get to that point where you have enough money where you could do what you want to do, that's when you could be like a true artist.
Yeah.
You know, when people can't really be like, you know what, let me give you 10 grand so you don't like criticize us or something like that, or like, because even Jason Scott Lee, he actually was mentioned how he didn't like the MMA.
Yeah.
He was real about it. But
Yeah,
John
I
White,
don't think he cares about, you know, being the most famous guy ever, you know, because from the movie Bruce Lee, Dragging the Bushes, so I think he made enough money.
but you know what? Another thing about John White though, he's not Asian. I'm not saying that all Asians get it, but like he's black, he's American. If you don't study Buddha's teachings, you probably won't get it.
Yeah.
Because if you study Buddha's teaching, not Bruce's, but Buddha, like Jet Li and Jackie Chan and Tony Jaa, like they live by Buddha's teachings. They all know that MMA is wrong. Because Buddha's teaching is based on love and compassion. How the hell is beating somebody's face in the cage love and compassion? You know what I'm saying? So you have to really understand Buddha's teachings, and then you'll understand why MMA is not right. You know what I'm saying? But most of the people, these Americans, they don't know anything about Buddha's teachings.
Nope. Not at all.
So to find somebody that understands why MMA is wrong, it's like as difficult as finding like somebody that actually follows Buddha's teachings. You'll find a bunch of Christians out there, a bunch of Catholics, a bunch of Muslims, but you're not going to find like a bunch of people that actually live by Buddha's way. Because this is not the culture, you know, that promotes that. You know, just like you don't see a bunch of people like walking around with this around. You see Under Armour. You know what I'm saying? You'll see Nike. So when you see this, you'll know that, hey, you know, there's a potential, this person might get it. He might understand it. You know?
Oh yeah.
Because this represents that balance. And that's what Bruce was promoting in his logo too.
Yeah.
And that's what Tai Chi, that's the logo that they use. So,
Yeah.